So let's have a look around the workspace. Now, first time you open the software, if you've not used it before, you won't have these recent files. You'll just have a bunch of recommendations for what kind of files you might want to use. Now, when you look at these presets, they will be based on a couple of different things. So say, for instance, the 4K preset is about a screen size for doing video type work. And because of that, it's in RGB mode, and it has a raster screen setting of 72 ppi or DPI, which is typical to screen-based media. If, say, for instance, we looked at something like A4, which is based on a paper format, paper is for printing, so it's going to show you a CMYK color mode. It's going to show you a reasonable raster setting in terms of points per inch or DPI. Of 300 here. It says it's high. I think we can actually go higher than that in previous iterations of this software. But for the moment, it's set like this for this preset. If I wanted to make my own, I could certainly not use this preset and choose any settings I want. For the moment, I'm just gonna go with this because it's fine. Once you've got a selection made and you get into the interface, just hide that for a second. What you see will depend on what particular layout you've chosen. So the web layout will show you different tools, for example, to the Essentials layout or the Essentials Classic layout. Now, I generally will hover in the Essentials Classic space because it reminds me of the past, and I've been using this software for a very long time. However, there are definitely a wider range of tools here than you would see just by having one thing open all the time. So I would encourage you to go through and have a look and see what's in there for the different tool sets that you might want to have a look at. So for the moment, I'll just go back to Classic Essentials because it shows a variety of tools and some of the organizational stuff that we need. On the left, you'll see this toolbar, which is usually docked but can be quickly undocked. Everything here can be kind of moved around, and if you get to the point where you think, oh, I've done something that don't like the way I've done it, you can always reset, and that'll take it back to whatever it was when you first chose it. If you really have made modifications and you want to save a layout, you can make a new workspace layout as well. So these tools here represent the things that allow you to not only make shapes and lines, but also manipulate them, and to color them and doing things like navigating, moving in and zooming out and stuff like that. Above, this is contextual. What's up here will change depending upon what it is that you're doing. So say, for instance, if I make something, I get alignment tools, I get some transform tools, I get this isolation mode tool, which allows me to say, okay, you're going to work on this one item and nothing else. And let me go back out to layer 1 and we close that. And then, depending upon whether or not you have something selected, that will change, right? So if I don't have it selected, I don't get the options. So it's basically contextual to the item I have selected. These items over here, they're about qualities that you can apply to things that you've done. So things like the color, set up as swatches and symbols and brushes and stuff. So say, for instance, for some magical reason I wanted to you can also zip these out and do fun things. You can add in. So if I could just do that if I want to, right? Just make a change. And then say, for instance, I wanted to change the line weight. I can do that. Not to say that this is beautiful, but I'm saying it can be done. If I wanted there to be a gradient, I could do that. If I wanted to make a mask, I could do that. If I want to change the style of it, I can do that. If I want to add some either preset or additional graphic styles, because you can, of course, make your own graphic styles, I can do that. If I want to quickly look at the layers here, I can do that as well. However, I generally will have layers open hiding over yonder. And if you want to sort of export little bits and pieces, you can do that too. And if you want to look at different artboards. At the moment we only have one, so why don't I make a couple more? So essentially when you're looking at artboards, you're looking at making multiple pages upon which to do your work within a single file.